I need to make a amplifier for a cell phone. Actually, well, a little tablet, whatever. Okay, I'm just going to use a regular set of earphones for a cell phone or tablet. Now, what I'm going to do is make this battery operated. So I got a couple of 18 650s in there. I'm going to have a, this is probably not focusing. There you go, a little bit. Okay. There's an old style USB, micro USB, or a, whatever that one was. Okay. It has a little sloped edges on it. You can get these boards pretty much anywhere. eBay, Amazon. This is a 2 amp board. Now what it does is it takes your input and puts a voltage out here to your batteries to charge them. Okay. Now once those batteries are hooked up to this device, this will also boost the voltage from your batteries. It's adjustable, and then you have an output. Okay, so I need to run that amplifier at 5 volts exactly. That's where it sounds the best. These things are 3.7 volts. Okay, nominal 3.7 volts. So I have to use some sort of a boosting circuit. So I may as well use a charging / boosting circuit. So that's what I'm going to do. So I got a small amplifier board with a LM386 on it for an amplifier chip. Okay, and the volume is adjustable on that. I'll fix it so that you can only change the volume by using a cell phone. I think that'll be the best way to do it. Make it nice and easy. So I'm going to have an amplifier in the box. I'm going to have a charging circuit in the box. And then the 2 batteries are going to run the amplifier. A little extra work, but you know what? It's worth it. So this will amplify for less than 100% hearing, let's just say. Okay, so it'll boost the sound coming through for the headphones and allow somebody else to work in the same room without having a blaring speaker or, you know, anything like this. So makes the music or videos that you're watching more private, but I do need to boost the volume up because it's way too low coming out of a cell phone. So that's what I have to do. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, getting the, who knows, I don't know where that focus is. Anyway, trying to get this thing done. Got me a square hole in there for the USB charge input for this circuit board. So I'll just have to hook some wires for the output of this boost power supply section, and the battery hooks over here for the charge section. Then I gotta get a switch in line to disconnect the batteries when you're not using the circuit. Pretty simple, not complex setup. Hopefully you can see how the little power supply is hooked up. Drew a switch to the battery, Okay, so that's the input to this voltage regulator right there. Remember, it's adjustable, so all I have to do is turn on power, set the voltage to 5 volts or whatever you want, but I'm setting it to 5 volts, and then hook it up to that amplifier. That should be it, and then it'll charge from right here. It's a pretty nice little circuit. It'll charge these two batteries. They're in parallel. Okay, so it's basically a single cell voltage. Okay, and it'll charge right from there from a USB. Alright, let me show you how this thing works. You got these two batteries that are 3.7 volts. Okay, they're in parallel, so I still have 3.7 volts. Got my meter hooked up to this little circuit, and now we're going to adjust the voltage for 5 volts. It's 923. Let's see if I can do it with this 8. There we go. Close enough for me. That's all I need right there. 4.97 volts. So that's 3.6 volts input, and out I get 9, or anything I want up to 27 volts I think it'll go. Pretty nifty little circuit, huh? You can use it for all kinds of stuff. So there's off, on. It'll always go right back to that same voltage. And now I'll put this 5 volts into my amplifier and then box it up. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to try this and see if you can hear this thing working. I got my circuit all hooked up, going into my little tablet, playing an MP3, and going through this little amplifier. It's on a reasonable loudness, but it may seem loud to you. We'll see what happens. Let's try it out. Well, hopefully that turns out okay. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to put this all together. I'm done. Okay. Another finished product. There we go. You have your plug that goes in to your cell phone or tablet. These are permanently hooked up to the box here. Everything's in there secured. Hot glue does wonders. And super glue. But anyway, there you go. That's it. It works. It's done. Turn it on. It's on. Off. And you charge the batteries every so often whenever they need it. And that's all there is to it. On, off. Pretty simple. And I know that's going to make somebody really, really happy. Okay, here's the deal. Had a little problem. My little circuit that I used caught fire. I burned it up. Alright, so anyway, I decided, since I didn't have another one of these on hand, which I ordered today, I would go ahead and just make a discrete component transistor amplifier. And it looks a little funky at the moment. I'm not done wiring it in permanent. But I put it on a little piece of aluminum to dissipate some heat, because it does seem to get a little warm, and I don't want it to get hot in that container, so I just put it on a little heat sink there and glued it on there. Now, to show you the schematic, that's what it is. Okay, so using a 2N2222 NPN transistor, I have input from the plug, okay, and a 10 microfarad capacitor. Doesn't matter which way it goes, I usually put the negative on the side towards the transistor. So 9 volts across the whole thing. 9 volts goes through the headphones, which in my case are 16 ohms, down to a 10 ohm resistor. I thought I should apply that, so I decided to put that in. Sort of lower the voltage and current to this transistor a little bit. I'm glad I did, because it still gets kind of warm. Anyway, a 10K resistor, a 1K resistor. That's it. That's all there is to it. 9 volts in. So fortunately, my little circuit that I put in here for a voltage regulator will go right to 9 volts. And I set it exactly at 9 volts. The thing works beautifully. I'll let you hear it as soon as I'm done closing this up. But hey, you know, things happen. Sometimes you win, sometimes you make magic smoke, and yeah, it happens. So just thought I'd let you know, I think this is a better route than using this for an amplifier. But it is working good. Okay, here it is. There's the whole thing in the box. And this is what it sounds like. Hopefully you can hear it. And that's not on full blast. It works. There you go. That's what we got. Now, somebody to be happy. Other job done. Put the cover on. And that's it. That's it. Hold on.